Good morning, everybody. Yes, I'm outside, and yes, I have a sweater on because I'm a little chilly today. I'm going to sit up a little bit in this chair because I looked like a shorty. But yeah, I woke up cold, but I remember feeling really hot in my sleep last night, so who knows what the hell's going on. But good morning, happy Wednesday. I already enjoyed my shake, letting that digest. My aunt's going to join me again today with today's workout. So we are going to do backs and biceps. So I'm just going to chat with you guys for a little bit and then go inside, spend a little time with my parents. They're up in the kitchen. I'm going to help my mom clean up the kitchen a little bit, and then my aunt and I will come back out here and do our workout. But it's been nice here. Like, it hasn't been super warm, but today's supposed to be a beautiful day. So we're going to do a pool day, as you can see, the beautiful, amazing pool area behind me. Hey, Diane. So we're going to be spending the day out here, picking up lunch, bringing lunch here, and I believe we're doing dinner at a pizza joint. It's like an Italian restaurant, and they do trivia. So we're gonna go have a fun family game night, which I think will be a lot of fun. But I wanted to talk about a taboo subject, a subject that doesn't get talked about a lot. A subject that kind of is right here for me because I lived that way for about 12 years in a relationship, and it's not fun, it's not easy. And I still suffer from different mindset situations because of that. Hey, Jen, because of that. And that subject we're going to talk about is abusive relationships. I was doing a little bit of reading, and I didn't get very far in my reading before I started thinking about that. I was looking through some pictures. I saw a picture of me and the kids from when we first became a family of 3, and we were off on our own, starting our new lives together. And I read like a couple sentences in my book this morning, and all of those thoughts were going through my mind. And then it made me reminisce a little about how vulnerable and insecure I was at that time, and how far I have come since then. Hey, Chris. And so I wanted to talk about that subject with you guys, and I wanted to share a little bit about that with you guys as well, because I know that there's a lot of people out there that are in some form of an abusive relationship. Abuse isn't just bruises on your body, and I think a lot of people forget about that. There is emotional abuse, when you're constantly hearing the same horrible negative thing about yourself over and over and over again. Who just hopped on? Hey, Debbie. You have that emotional abuse, the verbal abuse. It's just abuse with the words. So it's not just abuse, isn't just physical abuse. That's not the only abuse possible from someone. And the abuse doesn't always have to come from your significant other. The abuse can come from family member, a friend, honestly, from anyone. And it's really, really important to see the signs of it. So for me, and it's funny because I was just in the kitchen talking to my parents about how I read one little part of my personal development this morning, and then I was looking at some pictures, some of my favorites, because I was adding some of my favorites in from yesterday and things like that. And I saw a picture that the kids and I took on the beach, like our first family picture as a family of 3. And when I look back at those pictures, I see a girl in myself that was very insecure, very vulnerable, and didn't even try to stick up for herself. I mean, there were moments where I would try to stick up for myself, but not usually. I let someone knock me down so badly that I was in belief that I had an ugly smile. And still to this day, that's why if you guys notice a lot of times in pictures, you don't see teeth, you just see my Tanya smirk, my sassy smirk. And it's because for so many years I was told that I smile too hard and it makes me ugly. And I remember standing in front of a mirror and practicing different smiles that wouldn't be smiling too hard, because I was told time and time again how ugly I was. But I was in a relationship that was verbally abusive, emotionally abusive, and physically abusive. And I was never necessarily, the physical part wasn't like from his hands. It was usually things being thrown at me. So it wasn't like him punching or him hitting me, but it was something from his hands coming at me. And I think about that person and I'm like, oh, why would she let somebody treat her that way? Why would she allow someone to physically hurt her, but then she would still give love to that person and still do everything for that person? And I guess I was just weaker than I thought I was. I always thought I was a very strong individual, but I guess I wasn't as strong as I thought. And when you're in it, you don't realize your weakness. When you're in it, you don't realize who just hopped on. Hey, Sandy. You don't realize that you're allowing someone to do that. Like, you're in it, so you're just worrying about what's going on. You're worrying about pleasing them. I've always been a people pleaser, so you worry about just making that person happy so they're not mad or sad with you. And, you know, now that I've grown from that and I've learned a lot, oh, there's my gator girl, and I've learned from that, and I've grown and I've gotten more strength. This is my thought process about people that do those things. I feel that somebody that is willing to push somebody down, talk down to that person, make them feel like crap, make them feel insecure, make them feel worthless, those people are the ones that have insecurities. Those people feel the need to constantly be pushing someone down and constantly that's their only way to feel big and to feel like macho and to feel like they are more than other people. And I feel like those people see the person that they're always on, whether it's physically hurting them, mentally hurting them, or emotionally hurting them. I feel like they know that that person is amazing. And they know that that person has a light that can shine so bright that it can light up a whole state. And they know that about that person, and that makes them feel insecure. So they try to take the strength away from the person that they know can shine so bright if they allowed their awesomeness to shine. And they beat them down and beat them down and beat them down until they feel like they're this big and they have no strength left and they're vulnerable and they're weak. And they don't let that light shine because they don't even know where the light is because they've lost themselves in this world of abuse. Exactly. The first thing an abuser does is take your self-esteem. So, you know, I guess his way of taking my self-esteem was telling me that I wasn't pretty and telling me that I had an ugly smile and I smiled too hard and, you know, all of these things, and flirting with other women in front of me. And so it was always making me feel like I guess I don't have a good body, or I guess, you know, I'm not sexy enough, or whatever all the thoughts that came to my mind. It was so long ago, I don't remember all the thoughts. Hey, Michelle. And a lot of times, abusive relationships, it starts with small things like that. Like the relationship I was in, it started with small things. Like, you smile so hard in pictures. Like, it sounds so innocent, you know, and it seems like, who else? Hey, John. So it usually starts with something that seems innocent. It doesn't, you would never think of it as abuse. And, you know, there were a lot of scary moments. There were moments of suicidal thoughts on my part. There were moments I still battle with fat, ugly, and stupid. Yeah. I still suffer. The one thing that I took from that is that I have an ugly smile. So I don't smile in a lot of pictures with my teeth. Because that's all I see when I see those pictures. I don't see a strong woman. I don't see a woman that has high self-esteem. I don't see a woman, I just see an ugly smile. And that's because it, that was beat into me for 12 years. But, a lot of, and it's not just men that can abuse women. Women can be very abusive towards men as well, who just hopped on. Oh, Angela, hey. Was it Angela? Oh, Angelita, hey, girl. Women can abuse men also. Women can abuse women. Have you ever felt verbally abused or emotionally abused from a girlfriend? From a friend of yours? I know I have. And it's just sad, but you have to... I didn't, realize any of that until I had the strength to leave. Because then when you're an outside looking in, you can see where all the abuse was. You can notice. And then you start working on yourself through all of that and try to build your self-esteem again. And it was not an easy road. I'm still working through it. And I've been gone since 2010. And I'm still working through those self-esteem issues. But you start to realize that they're the ones with the problem, that it wasn't because you were ugly, or it wasn't because you were nagging, or it wasn't because you were a bitch, or it wasn't because, things that you were doing and you were making them act that way. That's something I heard a lot, is I was making that happen. And it wasn't that at all. It's because they have insecurities and they have low self-esteem, and the only way they can make themselves feel better is to make their victim feel like shit. And it took me a long time to realize that, and I wanted to share this and talk about this. It's a very taboo subject. I don't know a lot of people that talk about this freely, publicly, like maybe one-on-one with a friend or something. Hey, Candy. But abuse is the most taboo subject. And I feel it needs to be talked, just like suicide. It's the most taboo subject. And I think those subjects should be talked about more, because suicidal thoughts comes from hard things these people are going through. And abuse can be one of those hard things. I know I had many suicidal thoughts. It would have been so much easier, I felt at that time, to just be gone, because then, I wouldn't have to deal with all of those things. And it's hard to walk away. It's scary to walk away. It's scary to start over. I mean, I had nothing when I left. I had no money. Hey, Sylvia, nothing. But it had to be done. It had to be done. Nobody wants their kids to see those things, because then they think that's what a relationship's supposed to be. And then it's that ripple effect of that's the relationship they end up getting into. Or, hey, Valerie, or that's the type of person they end up being, the abusive person. Nobody wants that for their children. Who else just hopped on? Hey, Lauren. So if any of you guys that are watching this with me right now, or the replay, or if you have a friend that you feel is in a verbally abusive, physically abusive, mentally abusive relationship, share this video with them. Because if any of you or someone you know is going through that right now, I need you guys to hear this message from me. You are worthy of happiness. You are worthy of love. You are amazing at being you. Keep your strength. Keep your self-esteem. Who just hopped on? Hey, Debbie. And don't let somebody dull your sparkle. Don't let them put out that fire inside of you that makes you want to find that happiness and makes you want to live that amazing life. The reason they're treating you the way that they're treating you is because they know that if you find that sparkle, you are just going to shine so bright that you're going to leave them in the dust. And they're so insecure that they don't want that to happen. So they're not going to let you find that sparkle. They're not going to let you find that light to shine, because then you leave them and then they're all alone. Don't let someone do that to you. Hold your self-worth. Know that you are worthy of more and worthy of better and worthy of someone that is going to love you and treat you with respect, not talk to you like you're a piece of shit, not throw baby gates at you, none of that stuff. You are worthy. You are an amazing person with a heart of gold to give. Those are the people that they find. Those are the people that they look for. The ones that wear their hearts on their sleeve. The ones that are willing to do for everyone before they do for themselves. Because those are the people that are easy to take their self-esteem. And those are the people that are easy to take their light so they can't shine. Don't let them do that. I know it's easier said than done. I was there 12 years. Because the first year was pretty good. It was all the innocence that you didn't realize it was abuse. And I let it happen to me. Like, that would never happen again. I'm too strong. I love myself too much. I know I'm worthy of more and better. And you are too. So I do have a call to action for you today. Love yourself. Stop letting somebody dull your sparkle. Stop letting somebody make you feel like you are this big. Because believe it or not, if you let the true you shine through, you're bigger than they are. In more ways than one. And they already know that. That's why they're trying to keep you down. That's why they don't want to let you grow and let you shine. Because then you will realize you're better than them. It's their insecurities. Don't let their insecurities take away your self-esteem, and don't let their insecurities take away your securities, make you insecure. Know who you are. You're going through it, and you know deep down inside it's wrong, and you know deep down inside you don't deserve it. But then we let them get in our head. Oh yeah, I did do XYZ, so that made him really sad and really angry. It is my fault. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's their fault because they need to deal with their own freaking insecurities, and they need to step the hell up and be a man or be a woman. And if they can't treat you with respect, then maybe they should go be with somebody else that has the same insecurities so they can all treat each other like crap. You deserve somebody that is going to love you for you and love you because of your faults, not instead of. When you find somebody that loves you for your faults, because we all have faults, we all have things that are annoying. I mean, we're freaking humans, we're not robots. Nobody's perfect. And if somebody's perfect, then they're just freaking boring. Because nobody's perfect. We have to be okay with being imperfect. Perfectly imperfect, like I like to say. But you need to find somebody that loves your imperfections. So I'm going to go enjoy my workout, guys. I just had to, that was weighing on my heart, and I just had to talk to you guys about that. So if you're dealing with that, really, really, like, take a step back. Be the outsider looking in. Notice what is happening to you and stop it. I love you guys. Bye.